Yeah, this is a Peter Christie listening again. You know, the world population has grown so much that we know we have nearly 8 billion people living in the world. And still, we have nearly a billion people, men, women, and children, that go to bed hungry each day. The truth is, however, though, that nearly every human being, every day, 8 billion people face hunger and starvation, rich or poor, black or white, whatever country and nationality, all around the world. People face poverty. You eat lunch and you eat breakfast and dinner and so forth. But we all, in the space of half an hour, 1 hour, every human being, 8 billion people are hungry. And that means that we have to make sure that every human being has enough food to eat. And I like to farm. These are some of our baby melons and cantaloupes that we grow out here in Arizona. We have a farm out here, a garden out here in Arizona. We try to grow them. And it's very important that we grow enough food and provide enough food and provide jobs and enough economic resources so people can afford to feed their families and children. And we can definitely, I think we have the technology now to instantly end poverty in the world. We have computers that can operate at like a quadrillion a second. And there's only 8 billion people in the world. Therefore, you could have a computer that could process whether it's jobs. I think a great idea is that everybody could have a business for themselves, have jobs for themselves. We could definitely provide healthcare. You know, we have technology now that we can over the internet and on through our phones. There are nearly 6 billion or more cell phones now in the world. So um, a lot of people now can work and have jobs and probably in poverty in the world. So it's time that all the governments should get together and really make sure that we make peace in the world, make sure that everybody uh, has enough jobs and have enough money and finances. Now we have billions of dollars. Our economies now are in the trillions of dollars, but there's only 8 billion people in the world. 100 of the top corporations in the world make between 30 billion to over $100 billion a year. But there's only 8 billion people in the world, so there's more than enough money that we can provide enough money and loans and financial assistance for all the peoples in the world. And we definitely have to make peace in the world, stop the terrorism, stop the violence, stop the wars in the Middle East, in Afghanistan, in Iraq, in the Gaza, in Israel. And we definitely have to do something about stopping all these diseases. Like Ebola is the most dangerous disease out there. I mean, Ebola can kill people in 2 months, worse than cancer, worse than HIV. And now we must build a healthcare system that every human being can have a 24/7 some kind of global referral type of preventive healthcare. We can communicate around the world through our phones, cell phones, in seconds. So this is the time for us, in all the countries and all the governments in the world, to come together and put away their petty, differences, and regardless of whatever their belief, whether they believe in free enterprise or in capitalism or socialism or communism, or whether they're Christian or Muslim or Islam or Hindu. It's time for them to put aside their differences and make sure that every human being is able to live and have enough food and jobs and education, healthcare. We can provide education and we can educate everybody in the world because now we have computers, we have the internet, we have phones. Now we can communicate around the world in seconds. So there's no need for anybody, nation in the world to be without. There's no need to have wars and terrorism. Now we can also end wars with technology now that we can control all the weapons in the world and have people work together to stop the violence, people being killed and people being beheaded, all this type of thing is really, it is not how human beings are supposed to live. God made us to, as he said, be fruitful, multiply, and replenish the earth. And he's saying Jesus here, as he said, God loved the world so much that he sent his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him should not perish but have everlasting life. And God and Jesus, they taught us that we have to love one another. As Jesus says, love even your enemies, And it is time now that all the nations come together and end the wars and end the terrorism, the killing and the fighting, and make sure that everybody has enough, you know, yeah, um, we can all live together in peace. There's enough money, for everybody. There's only 1 billion people in the world. You can say 100 of the richest people in the world have $50 billion or more, or much more than $8 billion in the world. The largest economies in the world, the gross domestic product is in the trillion dollars. And U.S. The GDP is like nearly 15 trillion. A lot of these countries, China, India, Russia, Iran, their Britain, France, Germany, their economies are in trillions of dollars. And there's only 8 billion people in the world, so there's more than enough resources for everybody in the world. And here, I hope that we can end poverty like in place in Haiti. I was born in Jamaica, and we hope we can definitely end poverty there and have enough jobs and economic and financial resources, education for everybody. Really. And so it's time for the nations, the United Nations, all the countries to get together and decide that everybody, there should be enough. There should be people should be fighting. There's no need for people fighting and having terrorism and violence and killing each other and so forth. We must all come together. We're all children of God. So give your heart and love to Jesus. Peace and love. God bless.